The name of this video is What Does Your Inner Child Want for Christmas? Okay, and of course that it does extend to other holidays this coming time of the year, like Hanukkah or Kwanzaa or solstice. So it could be, what does your child want for the holidays? Same thing. And I went with Christmas because it's associated with gifts a lot and kids and stuff. So anyway, my premise is that at the emotional level, the holidays are a big deal. Now, we can rationalize our way out of that, and we can be a Scrooge. We can say the holidays are no big deal. It's just another day. I work for the holidays. I've heard all these. I've used most of these, by the way. And when I did, I found out that maybe that wasn't the case. In our culture, who we spend the holidays with are often the people that are the most important to us. And so, in fact, who we choose to spend the holidays with are kind of, we're with them on this big day, And so it's like, those are the people that we want to share that with. So in a way, they're the people that are most important to us. Okay, and yet, sometimes we do not. And sometimes there are valid reasons. Sometimes we can't travel. Sometimes we go to in-laws or we go different places. There's a lot of kind of compromising, for the holidays. We go places and we do things at the holidays to sometimes keep peace in the family and keep peace with other people. And yet, maybe it's not the people that we really want to be with. I mean, usually, maybe it is. Or maybe it's not the thing that we would be doing or the place we would like to spend it. We make these compromises, and compromises are often necessary. Okay, but what I suggest, even if you do make a compromise, it's like pick one thing about the holidays, whichever holiday, that matters to you and that you like and want, that your inner child gets excited about and that you can find some excitement in. And then have that happen. Hence, the talk, what does your inner child want for Christmas? Okay, now that's at the phys. Yes, I do suggest you buy your inner child a Christmas present or a holiday present, a Hanukkah present. I do suggest you buy your inner child something nice. And something nice. Don't go cheap on your inner child, man. I'm telling you, it'll pay off. It's a great investment. Now, it also extends metaphorically. Like, what does your inner child want for the holidays? Okay, like, how does your inner child want to spend the holidays? Which is what I've been talking about, right? And maybe it's just one thing that your inner child really wants. And I'll give you an example, okay? My thing about the holidays is Christmas Eve. I'm a Christmas celebrator, and Christmas Eve, and it always was to me this special time. Often it was a romantic time with my significant other, okay? When I was a kid, it was with my family. And it was this special time, like Christmas Day, that's when you do extended family, big Christmas dinner. Christmas morning, is about, kids and opening presents and all that. I always liked Christmas Eve and with my significant other, having a nice dinner, a romantic evening, maybe some champagne, and maybe exchanging gifts. Now it's different. Like this year, I'm not in a relationship. So it will be different. So I need to find something special to do to celebrate that night, or something that my inner child can get excited about. And so it's a way, like, so say most of my holiday is like, it's doing things that I need to do for family and friends and things that are expected. But pick that one thing that you want to do. And then my counsel is to insist upon it. That's okay. Whatever. We're going to drive to Cleveland to spend it with the in-laws and the extended family, including some of the family that kind of drives me nuts. That's okay. But pick something along the way that is your special time with your special people. I think that is so important, and for not just for all the holidays. We'll have Thanksgiving first. This Thanksgiving will be a couple of days after this video comes out, and that'll be first. And that's, of course, a time of gratitude. And, and there's, of course, some of the holidays, the reasons, like Thanksgiving as an example, maybe we weren't real cool to the native folks and that, but the intention is what to look at. And you can make the intention what you want it to be. Thanksgiving can be about, I always saw it as a harvest, a harvest feast, a harvest celebration, a harvest party. And it's like celebrating the abundance from our year. And then it has a lot of gratitude, of what the year brought me. So find that for you. Find some people that you want to celebrate it with, and then make it special, and let your child or your heart, really enjoy it. Let it be a time that you're fulfilled and enriched. Okay? Because I'll tell you, the times that I've blown it off, I end up with a wicked case of the holiday blues. I'm sure you've all experienced this. It's like, oh yeah, I'm good. And then all of a sudden it's just like, whoa, why am I feel like I'm all alone on the holiday, and this is kind of depressing. Well, it is kind of depressing because in our culture, it's a time when we gather together and we're not gathering together. It's a time that we celebrate the people that that are most important to us, and we're not celebrating with them, Now, and so I think especially since I shared already that I'm going to be single, at least, I still got some time, right? I can still hopefully I can still get a date for Christmas, but it's getting a little tight here. But anyway, it's like being single at the holidays. If you're someone like me that relationship is important to, and you happen to not be in one like me right now this year, then I think it's even more important to do something, to have a special night. Like I said, I had that Christmas Eve thing. Now, what am I going to do? What special thing? Am I going to have a little party with my inner child and my cat, or am I going to spend it with some friends? Am I going to have, what am I going to do to make it special? Because, and so it's taking that, what I'm really doing here is I'm taking that relationship with another human, like an intimate, like a romantic relationship that I would normally spend Christmas Eve with, and then I'm taking it and I'm celebrating the relationship with myself. Okay? It's not quite the same, but it can be really powerful, if you celebrate it with yourself. I often use the inner child or your heart or a relationship with yourself. These are all words I've used to describe this. So you're celebrating, your relationship or your relationship with spirit or with God or with Jesus or whatever, with the universe. It's like it's celebrating that sacred space and saying, hey, I'm celebrating what's sacred in me. I'm celebrating what I love, my relationship with myself, and I matter, and I'm going to celebrate it and acknowledge it, and I'm going to give myself a present. I'm going to pour myself a glass of champagne. I'm going to sit there and I'm going to open my Christmas present, damn it. And that's just a silly example, but it gets the point across, I think. And so that's my suggestion, is think about your holidays. Don't blow them off. If your significant other is going to be out of town or you're away from your family, start sniffing around and find someone to celebrate it with, is my suggestion, if it's at all possible. I just don't think it's fair to yourself to celebrate the holidays by your lonesome. So anyway, that is my video for this week. Thank you so much for watching. Happy Thanksgiving and happy holidays. And I hope you just really have an enjoyable Thanksgiving and holiday season. And think about what your inner child wants for the holidays. And I will see you in a week.